overtime. Doughty, Kopitar, down low, Arvidsson, tic-tac-toe, and a winner for Alex Iafallo. The Kings take game one.
Absolutely, he stepped up all game, and this is taking a look at the goal. You see he's down low here. It's a little back and forth. You can see the triangle with Kopitar to Doughty. This drags the PK over a little bit, allowing this set play. Arvidsson, Iafallo, one touch, back of the net, OT winner, Weeksy.
I can't credit Iafallo enough as well for unchecking himself from the coverage in the high slot. He spins off a coverage. Take a look at the bench for the LA Kings going bonk.
He wheels and deals center circle. Off to Steele. Harley pokes that pass for the corner. It ends up right out in front. Shot, score! It's over! And who does it but Hartman? Fought through injury all night and he gets the game winner! What a road win in overtime for Minnesota in game one.
Kill for Minnesota. They hung on the ropes for most of the overtime periods. This puck squirts out in front, and the advantage of being on your forehand for Hartman allows him to be patient here. It's just easier for a player when he's on his forehand to wait out the goaltender and get to an area where you can find the net. Incredible patience for Hartman.
Down for the Islanders, clutching his face.
Good job from Matt Barzal recovering that puck as Mayfield went down.
Foss scores! The overtime winner!
Outside the zone, but there's Mayfield talking to the referee, going over to that side of the ice, and then the other side is wide open. And Jordan Staal with a beautiful pass to Jesper Foss.
And what a finish by Jesper Foss. Tucks it right in there. And also a good job by the Canes to recognize to come right.
Hammer it off the glass. Byfield will go to work again. Supported by Velarde. They'll take it in. Gabe Velarde in front, a chance, they score! It's Trevor Moore! And the Kings win in overtime! Well, Trevor Moore standing out in front of the net. Will find that puck after beautiful pass from Gabe Velarde in overtime. And the LA Kings now with a 2-1 series lead. As you see the reach in there by Darnell Nurse, and once he just left that area exposed to Tad Shane, Moore was able to get a clean look. And
two chances on the man advantage in overtime for Vegas. Jensen killed them both. There's a giveaway. And Vegas wins it 5-4 and goes up 2-1 in the series.
Winnipeg had just killed off the penalty, and then they come in, some pressure on the forecheck, establish that early, and just the giveaway, right? It's the Barbashev that creates the pressure, comes out in front to Amadio, and there he's in. There was the addition on the mellow, great positioning, no hesitation, and blast and top shelf for the game winner in double overtime.
Well, that is an impressive way to get your first ever Stanley Cup playoff goal.
I'd say.
Wow.
Maybe we will have a Stanley Cup Saturday night doubleheader here after all. Score! It's over! And the Leafs have won it! Morgan Rielly is the Game 3 hero tonight!
Clean win, right back, and no hesitation through all the bodies. Quick wrister from Morgan Rielly. Ryan O'Reilly tied it in the dying seconds of the third. He wins the draw in overtime. Rielly with his head up the whole way. and the Vasilevsky eyes that are so dialed in can't find that one up and over. Here's what he's looking at through the myriad of bodies. He goes down, the puck's.
He came to training camp without a contract. They wound up rewarding him in January with a 2-year extension. Had a very nice year for the Rangers, primarily in penalty killing. Bratt one-on-one. Bratt twisting, finds Hamilton. He scores! Dougie Hamilton, an overtime game winner, and New Jersey is right back in the series. In the overtime to go across the zone, and he finds Dougie Hamilton coming late. Hamilton can really shoot it, and it's a perfect shot over the glove. The Devils are alive in an overtime 2-1 win. Dougie Hamilton, the overtime winner over the glove of Igor Shesterkin. His first career playoff overtime goal.
9:27 left in OT. A stretch pass. Hyman, a shot. He scores! Zach Hyman wins it in overtime.
And then the quick up. Hyman. And somehow this puck finds its way under the right arm of Jonas Korpisalo. And talk about it. I mean, you got to get a stop there. But it would just almost seem like it was a matter of time because the Oilers had found their game. And we say it often, Shane, in overtime, never a bad play to just fire it at the net.
Be fresh. Here comes Kerfoot. Nylander took a high stick. Now he's got the puck. Nice perks in the slot. Giordano sends it. It's in. Tipped in front. And the Leafs have won it. Alex Kerfoot, your hero tonight.
Who's been up and down offensively all year long, gets himself in good position, right in front of Vasilevsky, and then gets that tap back as Vasilevsky moves to his right. Kerfoot, Giordano with the shot through, Kerfoot with a piece of it, and the power play does a great job of keeping control of the puck, spreading it out and getting the shooting lane, and Giordano with the shot. And right there, Kerfoot underneath the blocker of Vasilevsky to end this game.
Second power play goal of the night. First goal of the series for Kerfoot. They did review and clearly not hit with a high stick.
Sprong from the wall. Sprong steps up, fires, blocked, loose puck, Everly to Schwartz, loose puck, they score! Jordan Everly wins it for Seattle!
Get any bigger for the Seattle Kraken. Everly tries to work the middle of the ice. Watch this puck come back to him. Georgiev's got a bite on the initial shot. It's a wide open net. Puck right on the stick of Everly. He buries it back door. And this place is up for grabs. Power play, second goal of the game. Sprong making a difference, attacking the net. He's a shooter. Causes some confusion. Fortunate bounce for Seattle. We got ourselves a series.
Seattle took game 1. Colorado took games 2 and 3. Jordan Everly seals the deal for Seattle in game 4, and this series is now tied at 2.
Way down the ice. Allmark out of his net. Gives it away in the corner. Tony in front. Loose puck. They score! Matthew Tkachuk. There will be a game 6 Friday in Florida as Tkachuk wins it 6:05 into overtime. And the Panthers take it 4-3.
Now, the Bruins changed defenseman. Puck's rolling right along the dasher. And you can see the backhand. Shorty, how many times this season have I told you, keep it in front of you. Keep it in front of you. And look at this backhand play. He's such a strong puck handler. Why he's trying that little feather backhand is beyond me. And it ends up costing.
3 assists for Carter Verhaeghe. Tkachuk, the winner. His third of the series at 6:05. He had a goal and an assist in this game. And the Panthers, against the #1 team in the NHL, get an overtime win in game number.
Islanders won their first Stanley Cup on an overtime goal for Bobby Nystrom, 1980. Tough angle shot, score! Stastny! The Carolina Hurricanes defeat the New York Islanders in overtime 2-1. They win the series 4-2 on Paul Stastny's third career playoff overtime winner.
Pelech, a player that rarely makes a mistake, has that puck go off his stick, step on the veteran, manages to keep it in the zone, and Stastny just fires it at the net. And Sorokin, for one of the few times this season, can't come up with the save when he should have.
Paul Stastny, the son of the Hall of Famer Peter Stastny, with the series winner, his third goal of the series. Without key forwards, the fourth line for Carolina comes through.
Missed his pass, but Tavares keeps it going, and it's John Tavares behind the net. Coming out in front, score! John Tavares! They finally caught lightning in a bottle! And the Maple Leafs have broken the 19-year curse!
How about the goaltender, though? Samsonov again, a great story. Here's the quick little turnaround off the skate of Radish in front. Vasilevsky never even saw it. But how about Morgan Rielly? He said, can the D be aggressive?
In there with Bennett, who was taken down. Puck still loose at the side of the goal. Bennett gets it. Here's Verhaeghe shooting. He scores! Carter Verhaeghe! 8:35 into overtime. The Panthers have done it. They've stunned the Boston Bruins. The referees want to have a look at it because it went in so high and came out so fast. But the Panthers are pretty sure they've done it and knocked off the Bruins in overtime in Game 7.
Tkachuk again behind the net with Bennett, winning battles. They win the battle, gets it to Verhaeghe, and Swayman down and a perfect shot up over the shoulder with
Tolvanen goes to the point. Larson hands it off. Snap towards the net by Bjorkstrand. He's got the rebound. Bouncing puck in front. Can't get it on goal. Yanni Gourde spins. Fire scores. Yanni Gourde wins it in overtime. And the Kraken reach for the Stars and grab them in Game 1 of the series with a 5-4 win.
Stanley Cup champion, who in the absence of McCann has really stepped up his production, and a rebound by Ottinger that gets put right into the play is active, and Bjorkstrand takes a crack at it. The battle between Lindell and Gourde just separates from Lindell, and he's able to track the puck down, and a 50-50 puck gets sought out by Gourde, and he buries it. And again, this starts on a turnaround shot right there.
Outside the line, now advancing. Lays the bank to the far side. Lundell back to Reinhart. Scores! Sam Reinhart, the hero. And the Panthers have a 3-0 lead.
Tried to make a play. He just takes himself some time. You got 3 Maple Leafs that he's able to sift his way through. Then a bounce pass, a little wrap around, and look at Wall. He did not see where that puck went quickly. Reinhart, to his credit, pulled that one off the board so quickly and came right around and got the 5-hole. There's Lundell with the pass along the dasher, a quick retrieval by Reinhart. But Reinhart had a 1-against-3 outside the line, and he was able to make his way through, and then there's the game winner. That sends the Florida Panthers one victory away from the third round.
Gostisbehere will play it on for Drury. Drury down to Jesper Fast. Up for Drury. Drury being watched by Marino. Goes back to Gostisbehere. Drury up with it again. to Gostisbehere. Across, Kotkaniemi, waiting, shoots, scores! Jesper Fast tips it in. Carolina wins it in overtime. And the Storm will surge on as the Hurricanes advance to the Eastern Conference Final.
And then Gostisbehere lays it over to Kotkaniemi. He rakes the wrist shot, and right there, it goes off.
He'll escape. Liljegren. Now for Achori. Achori shot to the front, and Gudas stopped him before it got there. Couple of Leafs collide, and the Panthers have numbers up ice. Radko Gudas going to the net. Cousins waits, drags, shoots, scores! Game winner! Series clincher! Nick Cousins and the Panthers are moving on.
An incredible moment for this coaching staff in Florida, and the Panthers will advance to the conference finals. Turnover down deep, a good play by Radko Gudas to cut that off. And then I thought at this point here, Cousins was going to drop it to Bennett. He's the late man looking for the one-timer. Cousins doesn't do that. And look at Radko Gudas go to the front of the net, cause a disturbance, and allow Cousins to score on a beautiful wrist shot right there.
First career playoff overtime goal for Nick Cousins, his second goal of the series.
Here's Forsling with 25 seconds. Aaron Ekblad. Brent Burns with 15. Bennett keeps the puck alive. Tkachuk with a shot. He scores! Matthew Tkachuk with 12 and 7/10 seconds remaining in overtime number 4.
Matthew Tkachuk making like Bo Jackson.
Matthew Tkachuk with his second overtime goal of these playoffs. The Florida Panthers take game 1 in the 6th longest game in the history of the National Hockey League.
Carolina Hurricanes 2. Shots on goal at the end of the game. For the Panthers, a game total of 60. For the Hurricanes, a game total of 65.
63 saves made by Bobrovsky. Tkachuk, the hero in overtime number 4.
Turnover in a neutral zone. Burns has the puck. He reverses it. It's turned over. And then a quick play from Bennett to Tkachuk. And a short side roof job by Matthew Tkachuk. And got a lot of energy now, Jonesy, after putting that puck in the OTGWG in overtime number 4.
What a prime time performer. I mean, he just gets the job done, doesn't he? And Bennett made a heck of a play on the boards, picking that puck up on the backhand after Slavin tried to keep bumping the puck forward. There's Luongo and the gang. Panthers take game 1.
The goaltenders had stopped 80 consecutive shots. Matthew Tkachuk, a Hart Trophy finalist for league MVP, along with Connor McDavid and David Pastrnak, wins it for the Florida Panthers. We were less than 13 seconds away from a fifth.
Third defense pairing on for Bruce Cassidy. Stevenson with some speed, centers it, Stone down low, off the stick of Howden. Then he tries to jam it, and he did! Brett Howden! Game-winning overtime goal!
Sometimes it's the players you think, sometimes it's the players you're surprised by. The Golden Knights get into the zone. Chandler Stevenson sets up Mark Stone. His shot pass over to Howden misses, and then Howden sharply gets this puck back into the goal crease. Ottinger's spinning back into the net, and Howden hits Ottinger as he's scrambling back in. It hits his backside, and it's in the back of the net. And the first person in the building to see the puck is Brett Howden over top of the puck. A game-winning goal and a 1-0 series lead.
His first career playoff overtime goal, just his third career playoff goal of any kind in his 15th career postseason game. He's been around the net all night long, straining the goalie, digging for rebounds, and around the net again, and it paid off for him. Blueger scored their third goal. He had done very little in the regular season, 4 goals in 63 games, and now it's Howden who had 6 goals in the regular season in 54 games. But Ray, that's the way they have to do it. By committee, they don't have all these players like Dallas who are capable of, putting up 70 points in a season as the Stars did.
Well, they don't have the game breakers for sure. Jack Eichel led them in the mid-60s with points, and a goal that Brett Howden will never forget. An overtime playoff game winner in Game 1 of the Western Conference Final. Vegas carried large portions of the play.
Of Bennett to a safe area for Carolina to get it out.
Florida had an early power play in overtime. First overtime in Game 1, could not score. Barkov wins the draw. There's Montour. Man advantage for the Panthers. Burns and Bennett come together. Bennett with the puck. Bennett cross ice. Tkachuk scores! He does it again! Matthew Tkachuk, a minute 51 seconds into overtime. A quick exit down the runway. Tkachuk ties an NHL record with his 3rd overtime goal of these playoffs. At the other end, the Panthers mob Sergei Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky stopped the last 35 shots he faced. And Tkachuk joins Mel Hill, Maurice Richard, and Corey Perry. 3 overtime goals in 1 playoff year.
Game 3 will be at the official Games Watch Party in downtown Raleigh. The Carolina Ale House downtown Raleigh location. May 22nd and 24th.
Face-off win, go to work, change sides, and then strengthen numbers with retrieving the puck. And look at his passing play. Incredible passing play. And it became a 2-on-0 down low. And Tkachuk just airmails it up and over onto Raanta. Yeah, Bennett with a nice pass across. Reinhart with a perfect feed. Tkachuk, a quick celebration. He's out of here. He's getting ready for game number 3. He's won the first 2 in overtime.
3 stars of the game.
The Panthers are now 6-0 in overtime during the postseason, with 5 of the wins coming on the road, including games 1 and 2 here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Panthers, great trust.
You could tell from the reaction, Jonesy and Kenny, as that play started developing, you started seeing guys, even before the puck went into the back of the net, were already putting their legs over because they knew once Reinhart moved the puck over, is that Tkachuk was going to be able to put it into the back of the net. And I think you could see the reaction, too, from the brass of the Florida Panthers. And they win the first 2 games on the road and going home with an absolute stranglehold on this series.
This time it took only a minute, 51 seconds.
Johnston couldn't knock it out of the air. Played ahead by McNabb. Stone across the line. Has Theodore. Theodore shot. Rebound goal! Vegas wins in overtime. Just a minute and 12 seconds in, Chandler Stevenson. And Vegas goes up 2 games to none.
This building was so quiet for 55 minutes. Vegas gets a late tying goal. The people are on their feet. Now they get to celebrate again as Stevenson makes it a 2-0 series lead. The benches are on like the second period. Watch the Donovan Johnson change. Now it's a 4-on-3. Dallas has to scramble back into the play. They can't get there in time. They're outnumbered. The shot comes stopped by Ottinger off of Shea Theodore, and there's, with Brett Howden crashing the net, Chandler Stevenson has got the open side and he puts it away. Wyatt Johnson was robbed at one end. Stevenson is not at the other. And the Vegas Golden Knights another comeback win. A 3-2 victory in overtime.
Stevenson, 7th of the playoffs. He hadn't had his best game, had a couple of penalties earlier in the game that Bruce Cassidy would not be happy about. They did it even more quickly than they did in game one when Howden scored at a minute 35. This one is at a minute 12 of overtime. Dallas 8-0 in the playoffs when leading after 2 periods. Coming into this afternoon, they suffered their first such loss, and Vegas was 0-3 when trailing after 2. They rallied to win.
Vegas gives up the first goal of the game again. They don't have a very good afternoon, and they get the late goal. Eichel to Marchessault, and Chandler Stevenson, who scored big goals and become a playoff performer, a reliable one, scores into the empty net.
Again, Jamie Benn would be a key part of the power play. The net front presence, tied for the team lead in the regular season with 13 man-up goals. Not available tonight. It comes down low. Hits all alone. Stopped by Hill. Sprawling save. Heiskanen. They score! Joe Pavelski! A power play goal! And the Stars are still alive.
It's an unbelievable effort on the power play. This puck is dead, except Hins ends up with a puck and keeps it alive. They're able to recalibrate, and Joe Pavelski skunked throughout the playoff series here. His first of the series. It's a power play marker. It beats Aiden Hill up over the glove. And the Dallas Stars showed the same desperation early as they show late. The power play goal, their second of the game, has sent this game back, or sent this series back to Vegas, and the hero is Joe Pavelski.
At age 38, trying to make another run at a Stanley Cup. A tremendous amount of work still to be done, but one step on the road accomplished here tonight as he scores his 73rd career playoff goal. Most among active players, most ever among American-born players, and really none any bigger than that at 3:18 of overtime, and that gives Dallas its first lead in 126 minutes and 52 seconds.
On the ice for Florida, Forsling finds Bennett. Bennett, cross ice, shot, score! With his 4th career playoff overtime goal.
his second this season. The Panthers win Game 3.
And on the first shot of overtime, ends up in the back of the net. Through the middle of the ice, Bennett with a beautiful pass. And Verhaeghe just lets a nasty wrister go right over the glove of Adin Hill. I don't know if that changed direction at all, Jonesy, but you fire the puck at the net and the reaction from the Panthers bench.
Yeah, it was Tkachuk that was out front again. There's Bobrovsky as he heads over and gets a big hug from the veteran, Mark Stahl.
Boy, go back to those saves in that third period. And then the crossbar by Barbashev.